Verite, a Bleach fandom community podcast brought to you by the Espada Recruitment Agency. Do you consider yourself powerful, adaptable, able to take on multiple foes at once? Are you good at slicing and dicing people? Join us today and receive the perks of randomly being stabbed in the back and being stripped of any decent clothing if you're a woman. All these great benefits and more could be yours. Simply hand your CV in to Tozan, who'll not look over it, and sit by the phone waiting for a call. Hi. My name is Lethan, and today I'm joined by Nomi.
Hello! Oh, that was good.
That was bad. I was like, is a Tozan joke just a little bit too on the cuff? And I was like, I really don't care. So that's where I am. That's my energy today.
That was great.
What colour's your vibe today, Nomi?
Sparkly purple.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Because sparkles. And because it's sunny, I'll sparkle even more.
Oh, God.
What about yourself?
Considering I watched the first episode of season 4 of Stranger Things last night, I'm going to go with like an off-the-cuff grey. I'm just like an off-the-cuff grey. Yeah. Like a gunmetal grey, like a cool grey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it. It's good.
Oh my gosh, okay, so there was like a thing with the first episode, wasn't there?
There was a thing. They tried a thing.
Okay, do you want to take us through that then, and then we'll launch into the actual episode summaries we're going to discuss.
So basically, episode 284, Halibel's Revenge, Chain of Sacrifice, Halibel's Past, is pretty much, the whole entire thing is anime only. It is listed as anime canon on the Anime Filler website, and all of it is not in the manga. There's literally only 5 panels of the manga that make it into this episode, and that's right at the end.
Which ones are they, just so we know?
So it is the panels, first 5 pages of Extinction 2, 376, and it's basically Aizen slashing Halibel. Halibel then kind of turning back and fighting and trying to stab Aizen, and then Aizen looking at everybody and saying, Shinigami, Sudo Arankar, it is our time to fight, those, which get covered again in episode 285.
Right, okay. Yeah. So that's fair, because we could have just watched. That was our bad. We dropped the ball there, but it's fine. Like, because we got a little bit more Bleach. We got a little bit more Bleach.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. So that brings us into the legitimate episodes that we will spend more time discussing, which is episode 285, 100-Year Grudge, Hiyori's Revenge. What a strange title, considering how shit went down. What revenge? Where? I didn't see it. Maybe I need to go back and do a frame by frame. Anyway, this episode showcases how upset Spaghetti Wonder Rice can be when Mashiro says that the last Espada has gone down. Clearly he considers himself one and didn't like how she phrased it. He takes his temper tantrum out on her, and while it looks like she has the upper hand at first, she starts to get beaten down. Kensei rescues her, even though most of us wish he wouldn't, and he steps up to bat, calling forth his Bankai, Tekken Tachikaze. As the two exchange blows, the rest of the Visors and Shinigami move in to confront Aizen. Despite expert advice from Shinji about not approaching recklessly, Hiyori lets her temper get the better of her when Aizen goads them and rushes him, only to be stabbed by Gens Shikai? Where the hell did that come from? Anyway, as Hiyori goes down, we see a moment of really strong, genuine emotion from Shinji as he rushes to her, clearly upset by the mortal wound, and calls on Ichigo because only Orihime can rescue Hiyori now. Meanwhile, Renji, Chad and Rukia continue fighting Yami in what I assume is probably a filler fight before Rukia is captured and tossed to the ground, where we see Ichigo rushing to rescue her. And that brings us into episode 286, Protect Karakura Town, Ichigo Towards the Real World. Ichigo saves Rukia. Again, is anybody surprised at this point? I don't think so. And showcases his lovely eyelashes with some cool sideways glances. Don't think we didn't notice that, animators. That was really cool shots. Yeah. Then he confronts Yami. Rukia notes that Ichigo doesn't look like somebody who's been victorious. She's as astute as ever, and part of me wonders if that's a skill that's reserved for Ichigo specifically, or if they're tied into her now forming bond with her brother Byakuya. But anyway, that's a discussion for a later point. Ichigo dons his mask and fires a Getsuga Tensha at Yami. Rukia also notes that the markings have changed on his hollow mask, while Ichigo reflects that the changes in how his hollowification feels are likely tied into his battle with Ukiura. But Ichigo learned nothing about the power scaling of Espada, it seems, as Yami pops back up like a daisy and beats Ichigo back. Ichigo has performance issues. It's okay, Ichigo. We all get that sometimes. It happens to the best of us. Wait, okay, guys. We're talking about his hollow mask. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Ichigo isn't beaten for too long before Big Bro Byakuya and crazed Uncle Kenpachi arrive on the scene to berate and ridicule him and take over his battle. Captain Kurosuchi arrives and has a way to send Ichigo back to the world of the living to protect Karakura Town. Captain Unohana states that she would like to accompany him, which leads to an interesting exchange between her and the captain of the 12th. Finally decided, Ichigo agrees to leave Yami up to the captains and heads with Unohana.
Yeah. We're getting somewhere. Like, we finally, after so long in Karakura Town, we switch back to Hueco Monday. We remember that these guys still exist. And it seems like things are finally coming together because Ichigo is actually on his way to save the world.
Sorry. Yeah, he is. Makes you wonder how much damage or how much can he do against Aizen when he wasn't even able to take Yami down without Byakuya and Kenpachi having to intervene. I think obviously he would have eventually won against Yami. But yeah. Or we just cover all the anime manga differences for these 2 episodes then and talk about them together?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, so for episode 285, we've got manga chapters 376, Execution Extinction 2, 377, Shout at the Dark, and the first 5 pages of 378, Eyes of the Victor. And for differences, we've got some fight padding against Wonder Weiss. In the manga, Kensei goes straight to Bankai. There's no messing around. He's like the Renji of the Vizards. We've got... I'm really sad about this difference. Hiyori's speech about the good old days is all anime only.
Oh no!
And the subsequent flashbacks.
Yeah, figured the flashbacks would be.
Yeah, but he always holds speech, because I like that. I like the vulnerability that we're seeing from Hiyori. So I'm sad to see that was filler. This one... So Hiyori gets stabbed by Gin. And she's bleeding quite profusely in the anime. In the manga, she gets sliced in half. And there's a panel where you see Hiyori look to the side and you see her legs like separate from her body. She's literally being sliced in two.
But like how much could somebody survive with a wound like that? Like being cut in two, surely that's like 5 seconds tops.
Which really adds a whole sense of more urgency and emotion to Shinji wanting Hime to come down, because Hiyori's just a top half at this point.
Yeah, that's yeah, okay. That's a choice.
Yep. And then the last difference for this episode is everything in Hueco Mundo.
Yeah, that does not surprise me.
It is basically in this episode, that whole fight, even the bit with Ichigo and Orihime and Ishido up at the top, Ichigo racing down the building, shouting out Rukia's name. Yeah, all of that's just filler. The bit that isn't filler is when Rukia is in Yami's grasp and to use Sokatsu. That's where the manga first starts, but that gets recovered and is more true to the manga in episode 286.
Cool, yeah, because I was going to say, I remember pulling all my manga off the shelf with this one, because I was like, I'm pretty sure this isn't how things go down. Yeah. And I was like looking for it, and then I finally, it took me ages, I was almost going to message you being like, which part is it that Yami's holding Rukia again? Because I was sure, I remember Yami almost complimenting her, like saying, oh, you've been a handful compared to the rest of them. And I was right, I was like, yes, he does say that. So, like, but we didn't see what led to that, so I don't know, in my head, Rukia was a lot more badass than the anime made it out to be.
Yeah. So moving on to 286, we've got manga chapters 378, Eyes of the Victor, and it's the whole chapter because, of course, it redoes what it messed up last chapter. We've got 379, Falta de Armonia, which translates to lack of harmony. However, this chapter was untitled in the Weekly Shonen Jump. So when it first came out all those years ago in the Weekly Shonen Jump, it didn't have a title. And they gave it a title for the books, which is Falta de Armonia.
Oh, there you go.
And then chapter 380, Devil, 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 Devil.
Huh. Very creative title.
Yes. So for differences, the start of this episode, as we spoke about, is how the manga chapter is supposed to be. Yami makes a reference that his resurrection is a pain because everything else is so tiny and makes it harder to catch, which is when he's complimenting Rukia. And Mayuri and his caravan of body parts taking the scenic route. Yeah, just, him and Nemu strolling across the desert sands, Yeah.
Aww.
But other than that, it's got 3 chapters, and that's when you know it's going to be pretty faithful.
Yeah.
So.
That's good then. Oh, well, that's good. That's something. Right, was that us done, yeah?
That's us done, yep.
Awesome. Did we have anything we wanted to discuss from the Harry Bell episode? Like, was there anything that came up that you particularly wanted to mention? Even though we're not going to go too much into detail of it?
Halibal is a gibble because she is a land shark, and that's basically his Pokemon type class is a land shark because she's walking across the sands and she's a shark.
That's so funny because the person that she was fighting, I kept thinking looked like Garchomp. Which is so Gibble. For anybody who doesn't speak Pokemon, the language of Pokemon, Gibble is the first evolution and Garchomp is the final evolution of this Pokemon chain. And I was like, that guy looks like... I've actually got it written in my notes, Haribel and Garchomp ship, question. Wow.
But, the whole episode, it was very... They tried to do this whole, females are so injustice in a male-dominating hollow world, when they're hollows, they can't reproduce, so gender really isn't that much of a, it shouldn't be that much of a big deal.
Yeah,
and they shouldn't have that separation. So it was very confusing to me as why the anime hadn't picked up on that, which is why it was anime only, because they like to do random stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. I never really thought about it, but you're right. And now my brain has just disappeared into the world of, well, if a shark has 2 penises and she's meant to look like a shark, let's go on to the other episodes now.
There's a certain shark that came to mind when you said that. Anyway.
Oh god, right.
Right, yeah, there was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Because everything gets covered. The Aizen slashing Halibal thing gets covered in the next episode. So
yeah, I mean, what was up with that? Like he was like, "You're not good enough." I was like, "Bro, she's fighting off a fucking captain and 2 lieutenant class level holified Shinigami by herself.
Yeah,
what the fuck do you mean she's not good enough?"
Right? And if Aizen had let her continue, would Halibal have won this fight?
I think she probably would have beaten at least a couple of them. I don't think she could beat all 3 of them together.
No.
I don't think so. I think they would have got the better of her eventually, but I think she could have taken 1 or 2 of them down with her, to be honest.
Yeah, because I don't think she would have fallen for Toshiro's Bankai thing again.
No, 100%.
That's happened once, so, lightning doesn't strike twice and all that.
Yeah. It's an interesting thought, though. But yeah. Okay, I've put another little note here that I was, really annoyed at, how easy Mashiro was dealing with Wonderwise at the beginning, because it just fucks me off on behalf of Ukitake even more. The fact that she was, blocking his attacks when he was coming at her from behind, and I'm like, how come Ukitake couldn't do that? She's meant to have been a lieutenant level, and I get that she's got, holification abilities and stuff now, but, Ukitake's a captain, man. Come on. What the fuck was that?
And Ikasaki's not just some captain who wasn't there when they were there. Like, he's not going to be the likes of a Komamura or a Toshiro. He was captain way before they were captains and lieutenants. So
exactly. So he's got even more experience then. Like, because if it had been somebody like Toshiro, you could put it down to like he's young, he made a mistake, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But Ukitake doesn't. It just annoys me. It annoys me.
Yeah.
It annoys
It's
me.
like, it was very much, I think, Ukitake got caught off guard.
Yes.
Whereas,
but even then,
he
shouldn't have. He shouldn't have.
No. And yeah, Mashiro and her cockiness, just yeah.
But she didn't even use. Forgive me if I'm misremembering this, but she didn't use her Zanpakuto even when she started getting beaten by Wonder Rice, did she?
Nope, she is the only Visored, other than Hachi, who we have not seen go Shikai.
Wow, that's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why. I like to know the whys.
My headcanon is before she was Lieutenant of 9th, she was actually in the 2nd.
Oh, so like a Yoruichi type style.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I see, I see. Fair enough.
Anyway.
Fair enough. Kensei is kind of cool. Like, he had a kind of cool moment this episode. It was kind of nice getting to see like a little bit more from him, his power. Can kind of see why some people in the fandom really like this character. Could see why Shuhei looks up to him. Yeah, but his Zanpakuto's tiny.
It really is. Like, it's it really is.
That was a choice, because the thing is that obviously we learned from Ichigo's father that like captains, because they're the spiritual pressure reflects in the blade of the Shinigami, blah 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 blah, captains would be wielding like massive fucking swords everywhere with them, so they get to sort of choose how they want their Zanpakuto to appear, and it's clear that Kensei has chosen this, which is just a really interesting choice, because I feel like he does talk a lot more with his fists.
That's why we call him Captain Punchy.
So maybe that's why he keeps it so small, so he can keep it just sort of out of the way.
Yes, yeah. I am quickly fact checking. Hang on a sec.
It's almost like a keychain style one. It's got like the little hoop on it, eh? And
yeah.
he just like attaches it to his keys and away he goes.
He would not get through airport security.
I don't know, I've got my keys through airport security and it had like Toshiro's tiny little Shikai sword on it.
So, to compare, his Zanpakuto takes the form of a wakizashi.
Okay.
And the other captain that we know who has a wakizashi
Gin.
is Kuraku.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Because he has the dual pairs, and one of his, the shorter one of the two, is a wakishaki, or however you pronounce it. It's sounding weird with my tongue, because I can't pronounce my W's. But his Kensei's is a lot shorter. It's more dagger formed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say, if it's like a short or a small blade, Gin has like a tiny one as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I've only got like one or two more notes for this episode.
Oh yeah. I've just got that Kensei is the Renji of the Vizards, because Renji always goes Bankai first, and Gin just went back. Like, Kensei just went Bankai.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And like the fact that Rukia held her own against Yami whilst Renji was sitting Bankai just tells us like straight away that we were right when we said that Rukia could probably beat him if they went up against each other.
For sure, yeah.
She's so versatile with her Kido and stuff, and she's learned from some of the best. So, anyway, Shinji's moment with Hiyori for me was like quite, because obviously this watch through now I'm paying a lot more attention to the Vizards and Shinji and stuff in particular, because these are characters that mean a lot to you and Dell. And this moment struck me a lot harder than it did the first couple of times I saw it, just because, like, I've got a lot more invested in Shinji. Like, Hiyori's okay, like, she's an okay character, she gets on my nerves sometimes, but she did grow on me a little bit. But Shinji, for me, I was like, oh, you could tell he's got such a good relationship with Hiyori, however you view it.
Yeah.
You know, he was really hurt when she went down.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely see that these guys have been through a lot together. And you could see that they had that friendship with quotation marks, however you want to view their abusive relationship, back in the past, they have come a lot way to now. And then to find she's the first one of them to fall. So he probably would have felt that way if any of them, but for Hiyori, because they had that relationship so much before, it's hitting him that much harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's making me wonder, like, just because Hiyori went down, and even although, my first thought was, oh, Shinji and the other visors are going to be upset, but part of me at the back of my brain was also wondering, where the fuck is Urahara? Urahara? Where the fuck is he? Because he obviously feels, I think, a little bit responsible for Hiyori and how everything went down in the past, and and he and Yoroichi are nowhere to be found so far, and I'm just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, because they're really the only ones who have a stake in this fight who aren't here.
Yeah.
And you'd think they would be.
Which makes me think they're preparing something, right? They're up to something. They're not here for a reason, you know what
exactly, I mean? Yeah. They're going to make some sort of big entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure.
They're preparing the fireworks. They're going to come in with the fireworks. They're just going to... Ikaku's just going to fire them straight into this battle. It's going to be great. Kukaku, not Ikaku.
I was like, Kukaku.
Kukaku's going to fire them straight in.
Yeah, some good old Shiba fireworks.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if her and Ganju will show up, Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I have a question for you.
Oh, I like questions. Just don't ask me a person's name.
What is the name of the character with the black hair?
No.
It was pretty badass. Rukia comparing Ichigo's masks.
Yes.
Has Rukia ever seen Ichigo's mask?
Oh, you're really getting me to think back now, aren't you? Did he use it at any point when he was fighting Grimjow? Like, not the big battle and...
He did, but was she there for it?
Yeah, because I remember he took Grimjow on a couple of times, or once or twice in Karakura Town, didn't he? And did he... Was she there? She wasn't there for that fight. She was there for the second fight.
Was she?
No, like the second fight as in, like, I'm in my head, I'm going through things. I was thinking, like, the first fight was, like, Ukiura and Yami when they first appeared, but she wasn't there for that one. Then the second time these guys infiltrated was, like, when Grimjow took a bunch of people into Karakura Town. But that was when Ichigo was refusing to want to wear the mask, wasn't it? That was when he was putting off he didn't want to use it. Or did he? God, I can't remember. That would be the only time I can think of where she's seen it. Because then he goes to train with the Visors to learn to control it.
So, the 3 masks that we see, it's his first mask when he comes out of Urahara's underground training room, which of course she was not there for that. We've seen the mask in the rescue arc, which of course she has not seen that because she was the one being rescued. And then we've seen it fighting Grimjaw. The first time he fought Grimjaw, Rukia had just been punched by said Grimjaw and probably wasn't in the state to look up and notice a mask. And the second time he fought Grimjaw, she was in the Soul Society with Orihime.
Yeah, so, you're right.
Rukia hasn't seen Ichigo's mask, so this whole conversation of her noting that it's different, and the anime did fix this.
Okay.
The anime said, that's what I heard. So people have been telling her that his mask's growing differently, which is completely random because people are not going to be sitting around a coffee table and going, oh my gosh, Ichigo's mask, it's got 2 stripes here, and someone else is going, no, it's got 3 stripes and a love heart in the corner. It's not going to be everyday conversation at a coffee table.
Yeah, and the only person who could maybe discuss that with her would be Orihime, but Orihime is like still up healing Uryu.
Ishida, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good spot, Nomi. Well done. Yeah, you're right.
My favorite headcanon, because we did look this up on the internet, because we were like, wait, how does she know? So we looked it up on the internet to see if anyone else had noticed it. And there were some really funny headcanons going around of what this might be.
Okay.
And my favorite headcanon is that Byakuya drew a picture of it, warning Rukia to stay away from him. Which, considering Byakuya's artistic skills, is hilarious.
I love that. I like that headcanon. I was thinking, this is my headcanon, but it could be wrong. You know how the substitute Shinigami pass can spy
Oh, yeah.
on Ichigo? Do we have that confirmed yet? I don't know. Yeah, it was hinted at, isn't it? That Ukitake gave him it, and it was like, under certain circumstances.
Yeah.
My headcanon is that it's the substitute Shinigami pass. It's something to do with that. That's allowing the Soul Society to keep tabs on things. And I guess out of everybody, Rukia is probably the best person to keep tabs on Ichigo to say, because she's like the closest to him out of everybody in the Soul Society. So like if he was ever going to go dark or turn or something was going to happen, surely it'd be better for her to notice the warning signs.
But
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but again, that only accounts for any holification that he's undergone after he got the pass. He got the pass at the end of the rescue arc. And for the majority of the first part of that arc after the rescue arc, he was afraid to use his mask because of what was happening.
Yeah, it was only when he was training with the Vizards that...
Yeah. And by that point, Rukia was in the world of the living.
Yeah, and a gigai as well, I think. So
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, that's a question for Kubo.
Yep. So it's just one of those plot holes that we noticed that the anime tried to fix with that's what I heard, as if, Hinata and Renji are discussing masks in a corner,
I like the canon of Byakuya. I like the head canon of that.
Stay away from this man. He's not good enough for you.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny. Cool. Well, that's like all my notes, I think, that I've got for... I've got one that says Yami talks too much, but that was mostly filler, so...
Yeah.
that's me for that episode.
Yeah. I've got nothing else like this. This is going to be a very short episode.
This is going to be a very short episode, mostly because we're only doing the two episodes together. I don't have a lot of notes for the next episode either, if I'm being honest.
No. Yeah, because that Rukia mask one was because I skipped the gun and went straight to 286 with that one. So yeah, just go into 286.
Yeah, I have something for this. It made me laugh, right? Kenpachi, at least in the dub, when he's speaking to Ichigo, he's like, "You always lose," and I was like, "Kenpachi, Ichigo beat your ass. Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like, next to bloody Kenpachi being like, forgetting his battle with Ichigo and the fact that he lost, and Tozen forgetting his battle with Kenpachi and the fact that he lost. I'm like, is this just like a Shinigami thing where, like, maybe it's not taught in the academy, because I really don't think Kenpachi went to the academy at all. But, like, is this just like a thing that's like taught where, like, oh, if you lose a battle, it's fine, just pretend it never happened.
Yeah, that class is taught by Kenpachi himself.
Do you know what? I can believe that.
People are queuing up for miles to go to a Kenpachi lesson on fight ethics. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Yes. Yeah. I found the exchange at the end of this episode very interesting between Captain Unohana and Captain Kurosuchi. What did you think of it?
I love Unohana. That's no lie. It was very a case of Unohana gaslighting and gatekeeping Mayuri, as if to say, nothing's gonna go wrong, is it? And it's a case of, if anything does go wrong, I will come back and kill you.
It's brilliant. It's like I have complete faith in your abilities because you wouldn't let Urahara best you in something.
Oh, yes.
What a fucking queen.
She is. Oh my gosh.
Why do you think she wants to go with Ichigo?
I mean, I'd like to think that, Ichigo's been fighting non-stop for the past 12 hours. I'd like to think as they're running that Unohana might just heal him a little bit and give him a little boost of energy. Because the poor guy.
Yeah. True.
Because Ohime's healed him up, but did that really heal him up? Like, what are the capabilities of... Ohime can reject damage that has been done. But can it replenish energy that was spent? I know, he's probably feeling pretty tired. He probably needs the bathroom.
Yeah, all shows conveniently leave the bathroom breaks out, don't they?
Yeah.
And food too. That seems to be conveniently left out of things.
I mean, at least the Soul Society can be kind of explained that they're souls, they don't need to eat food, but they are expending a lot of spiritual pressure.
But we see them drinking, so that still doesn't land with me.
That's true. That is very true. Alcohol is the new food.
That's all they need. That's all they need to survive.
Alcohol and coffee. Has coffee been invented yet? Rangiku would probably have introduced them to coffee. She's a coffee machine in the 10th. Yeah.
100% she's brought that shit home with her. Much to bloody Toshiro's chagrin. They've just got a coffee machine now bubbling away in the office
they do.
Consistently.
And some entrepreneurial Shinigami found Starbucks and quit the Soul Society and set up his own Starbucks on the First District. Yeah.
That's like something I'd fucking do. Selling muffins. That's it.
Yeah.
The exchange with Unohana and Kenpachi I just thought was really interesting because we know Unohana's been around for a hot fucking minute.
She has
longer. She's been around. Was it revealed that she'd been around longer than Kuraku no Kitaki?
Yeah, even though they forgot about her.
Yes, yeah. But I thought the reason why I thought this was interesting is because she's like when the original shit went down in the past arc, Yamamoto sort of told her to stay clear that they couldn't spare her. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's a valuable resource when things are going bad. So the fact that she's jumping into Karakura Town now makes me wonder if she's already aware of how bad things are starting to turn down there.
Yeah.
She strikes me, like, she's gone up against Aizen, right? And she's, like, she was one of the first person to start to...
question him.
Yes.
Death,
like,
yeah.
And now I'm wondering, is she, because she's had that insight into his power and been able to kind of, not fully overcome it, but you know what I mean? Like, she's been able to get the closest to overcoming the hypnosis.
Yeah.
If she's maybe like, I'm aware enough that my powers could maybe do some good, or maybe just that I'm aware enough that I know how badly things could be going for them down there and I want to go and offer my services.
Yeah. Because if everyone is at the mercy of Aizen's Zanpakuto and his hypnosis, then, as we saw with the whole Baragon origin story, he can defeat a whole army and Baragon just thinks he's having a tea party with him, you know?
Yeah.
So...
And maybe she's going to pass this advice on to Ichigo, actually, too. Maybe that's another thing.
Maybe Ichigo is the key to it all. Maybe he's not met Aizen.
He has met him, but it was briefly atop Sokyoku Hill where Aizen kicked ever-loving shit out of him.
That's true. Okay, yeah.
But he's not... Has he gone under the hypnosis? We're not sure, because we know that Aizen has to do something to get people to fall for it, right? He has to, like, show them his Zanpakuto, like, properly, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So maybe that's the key to it. Yeah, Unohana's gonna pass that information on to Ichigo and saying, "Hey, look, don't look him in the eyes."
Yeah, like Medusa, yeah.
Look him in the eyes, not into the eyes.
Yeah. Do you know what though? Like, fucking Unohana's so smart.
I
have so much respect for her. She's such a great character.
She's a queen. I love her.
Yeah, she's super cool. I don't hear enough people talking about just how fucking awesome she is in some of the countdowns and stuff on YouTube. This is the Unohana appreciation episode.
It really is.
That's what I'm going to fucking call it. Fuck it. Right, but that's pretty much me. really. I have like another note, but it's going to come up in our fandom shout out and I can discuss it in a little bit more detail then.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. The wire of my microphone had got wrapped around the actual microphone part, so I apologise for that section of the audio recording.
That's fine, I'll cut that. As long as you've not got your fucking water bottle, we'll be fine.
No, it's nowhere near me, so I'm not tempted to drink it. It's not here. I had a smoothie before we started, so I'm all hydrated.
Did you hear some of it yourself when you were listening to the episode back? Because
No,
there's a few I left in. Oh, it's funny.
Del was saying as well that they've noticed it, but they didn't have the heart to tell me.
Oh, poor Del. They've just been putting up with it, and I'm like, Nomi, your fucking water bottle's a pile of shite.
It really is. And they were like, I'm really glad that Lethan said something.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. You should have just said something.
I know they should have. Bless. Well, I'm glad I was able to take one for the editing team.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I was going to talk to us all as a unit anyway because I noticed there was one episode. We've not done it since because I think we've cottoned on now. But like there was one episode where we were all typing through each other's like we were each me, you, and Del did a summary each, and every cunt was fucking typing in the background, and it was like a nightmare to edit as well. So I think we need to not type where we can.
Yeah. They'll mention that as well. They were like, typing's the worst because we type and talk and it's very hard to edit out. If you're talking, it's got to stay in because you can't separate the two.
I think the only time that it's okay is when we're saying something like, let me just look that up, and then we hear a wee bit of typing in the background. That's fine because then the audience knows what we're doing and that we're typing, and it's not as jarring because they're like, oh cool, they're looking that up on like Google and stuff. Like that's fine. I think that's cool. And then if you're typing and clicking whilst you're like, oh, I think I found something, that's fine. But when it's just like out of the blue, somebody's doing an episode summary, somebody else is typing in the background, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry listeners, you've just been taken on a whole tour of like behind the scenes.
Backstage with the Cut Podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the Stereotype where we have such little to talk about these 2 episodes that we're just talking about our admin stuff behind the scenes.
We could shamelessly plug the other one, I'm joking.
It's fine. It's good. Right,
welcome to a Fan Soul Network backstage party.
Yeah. What is it we're calling ourselves again? Did we decide on a name?
Yeah, Fan Soul Network Party. Let me just check.
FSP, yeah.
FSP, yeah.
That's going to be our new studio name, everybody, because that is, it fucking took us ages to come up with that. We couldn't
really
agree on anything.
Fan Soul Party Network. This has been a Fan Soul Party Network podcast brought to you by...
Yeah.
Whatever Lethan's really good brought to you by was at the start of this episode that I've forgotten
the
already.
The Aizen recruitment agency, or the Spada recruitment agency.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think now we've delayed long enough. We could probably go into our
yeah.
Into our Shinigami Cup Rockside edition. So who wore it best this week then, Nomi?
Nemu and her look of I'm done when pushing Mayori's cart. There's just a picture of her and it's in both the anime and the manga and she just looks so done when she's pushing it. But then she picks up a big pillow and she starts setting up the gargantua. But yeah, it's just her face. Like, I'm done.
I was just so out of here. That's brilliant. I've gone with one of the end of episode Amaki things, and I've gone for Ikaku's gigai in the bikini. That really made me laugh.
Oh yes, and it's such a great idea to just put the gigai as mannequins while you're waiting. It saves them getting pushed into Ichigo's closet. At least they're out of the open, out and proud,
I always thought, though, that when you left your gigai got all floppy. You know what I mean? Don't. No, stick with me. So how were they able to... Oh, God. Nope, it's away. How are they able to not be stand up? How are they unable to be erected? Okay,
there we go. We came on this call and we started off with stiff doors, and now we're talking about floppy gigais. I have spent far too much time with you.
Don't blame me. You're just as bad.
I know. Tuesday's going to be horrendous.
This is definitely going to be marked as explicit. It's fine. But, like, seriously, though, like, how did they just put the pill in it and then let the mod soul stand for, like, 12 hours, the poor things? Or did they find a way to... Did they use blue pills for this scenario?
Well, maybe... Because we see... Have we seen... Yes, it was a filler episode. In a filler episode, Renji goes into his gigai by just kind of holding it and going in.
Holding it and what?
Holding it and going in from behind.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Okay.
But
this is fine. This is fine. This is perfectly reasonable discussions to be having. The thing that makes it so fucking funny is we have genuine points that we're trying to make in amongst all this shit.
I can't.
Oh god. Dale, when you listen to this episode, we're so sorry. No, actually, Dale can be just as bad. I've had to listen to a few of their episodes where I'm like, oh my god. So no, I take that back. I'm not sorry. Right, I'm sorry to the listeners. Anyway,
I'm gone. You've lost me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm away too. I'm away too. Shall we go into our ship then? Fuck it.
Yes.
Can't be any worse.
Okay. So Shinji and Hiyori. Ship them how you want, but honestly, their friendship, sibling energy in that scene just gets me every time.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I feel it. I'm there with you. However you view it, you're right. Like, because even if that was like big brother, little sister vibes or whatever, I mean, we don't even really know the ages of them because Shinji could be younger. Who knows?
I do headcanon that Shinji is the youngest of the two. It just adds that even more chaotic energy because Shinji's already chaotic.
Yeah. Like, so, yeah, that, like, oh god, that hurts. That really fucking hurts. That really hurts, yeah.
Yeah.
Oofed. Right in the feels, Nomi, wow. From ridiculous erectile dysfunction to fucking...
One end of the scale to the other, yeah.
Yeah, that was an emotional roller coaster. I've put Aizen, my ship is Aizen in his complete disregard for any human connection. To anybody ever, like, he just cuts Haribel down. He's just like, nope, done with you. And it makes me wonder, like, how much connection does he really have with Tozen and Gin? Like, how disposable are they to him as well? I feel like he maybe has a little bit more connection with Gin because it probably feels like he kind of raised him a little bit because Gin was so young when he came across him.
Gin's been molded to what he wants, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how those relationships progress.
Yeah.
And then that brings us into our fandom shout-outs. So, what have you got this week, Nomi?
I have a TikTok.
Oh, I love a TikTok!
Yeah!
TikTok. I was listening to that song 4 Minutes by Madonna. Anyway, go. Yes.
So this is Incorrect Bleach on TikTok. So we've heard of Incorrect Bleach in the Tumblr form, but they've now moved to TikTok, and this is just Orihime and Tatsuki and garlic bread.
That's amazing. That's so fucking good.
And it is so them. Good. It is just literally Orihime and Tatsuki, and it is great. And click on it if you can, and watch it if you can. We'll put it down in the show notes. But it's literally just Tatsuki and Orihime, and Orihime's eating garlic bread, and garlic bread is like the best thing on earth. But yeah,
that's so good.
Oh, it's so good. And you know, we don't really delve into delve into the TikTok side of things. Speaking of delve, do we want to talk about delving?
Oh, did we have something for delving?
July 2nd.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's come back to that then.
We'll
do it in a slightly different order. Yeah, keep going with your delving point. What were you making?
Yes, so so we don't usually delve into the TikTok side of things. Partly because they haven't shown up on my For You page yet. So maybe now they will.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's brilliant. Okay. Mine is actually pulled from Twitter. So this is going back a little bit, so I'm going to apologise to Rob. So and I'm going to apologise for getting the name wrong probably, Badete Rob is a regular follower of ours on our Twitter page and across our socials actually, and regularly engages with us in our content. And they tagged me in a piece, this is going right back, and this piece is a thread that was done by Ichiori on Twitter, and it's all about how Yami might actually be more involved with Ukiura than we thought, like have more connection with Ukiura than we thought.
Involved.
And what they've done, involved, quotation marks, like, you know, whatever way you want to look at that, I guess. But effectively what they did was they took the 2 poems from the 2 characters at the end of their volumes and started breaking down, and they've got a whole thread going through, not just this, but like other scenes in the manga specifically that could relate to, like, Yami being more upset by Ukiura's death than he lets on, which would actually tie nicely into the point about, like, when Ichigo shows up, Yami was uncharacteristically angry at Ichigo. Like, he was really pissed off when Ichigo makes an appearance, and this person really breaks down, like, where that could be coming from and why. And it's honestly, I'm not going to go into too much of the detail, but like they've backed it up with loads of panels from the manga. And yeah, it's a really interesting read and one that I do highly recommend. So it's by Ichiori on Twitter. However, it was linked to us by Badete Rob. So massive thank you. Shout out to you, Rob. Thank you for being so engaged with our content.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yes. Do highly recommend sitting and taking the time to read through that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Speaking of poems.
Yes!
It's that time! I totally forgot, but it's that time.
Yes,
okay.
I love it. Let's go.
So, we got the start of volume 44 this episode. Mm-hmm. The poem is, people are all evil. In order to falsely believe yourself to be just, you must inevitably falsely believe that someone is more evil than you.
Ooh. Is it Haribel?
Nope.
No. Read me it again.
People are all evil. In order to falsely believe yourself to be just, you must inevitably falsely believe that someone else is more evil than you.
Oh, this is a hard one. I bet you as soon as I know who it is, it's going to make sense.
Mm-hmm. There's like a word in there that links this character to the
Is
poem.
it evil?
No.
Because we've seen so many characters recently as well.
Mm-hmm. But this is just the start of... Like, we haven't really got into the meat of this.
Oh, so it's maybe somebody we've not seen a lot of in these episodes then, potentially?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a little teaser for what might come.
Okay. People are all evil. People are all evil. No, no idea.
Okay.
No.
So the word to key in on is just. To be just.
Oh, Tozen.
It's Tozen. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yep. And this is volume 44, Vice It.
Okay, so this is us probably gearing up for the Tozen versus Komamura and Shuhei fight then, really, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's only just been teased at us lately, so we know there's going to be more to them. Probably a lot of stake as well because of the relationship between the three of them. Okay,
that makes way more sense there. In my head, I was like going over like Hiyori and Shinji and Unohana and like all the characters we've been seeing recently. Okay. Cool. That makes sense. Yeah. Right, delving into the Dangai then, Nomi.
Delving into the Dangai. So we have received news that in scrolling down, Anime Expo, which is a Los Angeles convention on the first weekend in July, so the 2nd to the 1st to the 4th of July. There is going to be a Bleach panel, and characters in attendance are the voice actor for Rukia, the voice actor for Byakuya, and another voice actor that I can't remember off the top of my head. Kamamura?
Okay.
Question mark? But basically, what it is saying is, get hyped for the 1,000-year Blood War arc with a big Bleach bash. We'll be making announcements, playing special messages from Japan, unveiling new exclusive content, and more.
This is on a Sunday at like 2 a.m, isn't it?
It is. It's on Los Angeles time on Saturday, the 2nd of July at 6:30 p.m. So this is... Oh, it's Renji. Renji's the other voice actor. Rukia, Renji, and Byakuya. That makes sense.
Oh, that does make sense, actually. The family's together. Squad 6 and Rukia.
So, yeah. If you can, I don't know what the main details are, if it's going to be published live, if you need to have tickets to Anime Expo to see it, if it's... I don't think they paywall gate something a bigger drop as this. Okay. So I'm hoping it is going to be shown live so that people across the world can see it.
It makes sense for those of us because with COVID restrictions and stuff still in place, like people can't all travel, so
exactly
it makes sense that they do at least stream it for people outside of Japan, or you know what I mean?
Exactly, and they did it with the Japan one when we first got the trailer. They made that available to everybody. It was hard to get to it, but we found ways to get to it. So, hopefully they'll do it for this one as well, because it is a big drop. And with other little teasers and rumors that we've been seeing on the internet, with the fact that there was going to be a promotional drop soon with a new music playing. Maybe it'll be here. Maybe we'll just get maybe a final date. All of these things. So, yeah, get hyped for the 2nd of July and hope that maybe we're finally going to get some news in a couple of weeks.
Oh, man. We might get a date, like an actual tangible date in October, because obviously we've just been told, like, October. Yeah. We've not been given a date in October. But somebody put up online about it being potentially the 31st, right? They put that down as, like, a question marky date. Yeah, and that would be so cool if it did come on Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, the Anime Filler website has preemptively put the first episode of the first arc on their list of what is filler and what is not, and they're surmising that it is going to be completely manga canon. We'll see. This is the anime we're talking about.
I think it's going to be recap. I think that's what it's going to be. Recap.
Yeah. Well, my sister made a good point, actually, is that what if this new promotional video that's going to be dropped with the new music is actually the recap of everything that's happened in the new art.
Yeah, that would make sense, because that's kind of what they did when they were releasing the trailer, eh? They gave us, like, the whole history summed.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So maybe they'll do that. But anyway, so that is actually, it's going to be a recording weekend, so the weekend after that, when that episode gets dropped, hopefully we'll actually have some news from the Anime Expo. We might do an Anime Expo roundup if we actually get the details. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it will be awesome.
And that'll be the episode that will be dropped on I Am on a Cruise, the 10th of July. Because we'll be recording the 2nd and 3rd of July. With, I will be crying on those episodes, but we'll get through it. It's fine.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Lots to look forward to then. Lots to be excited about.
Yes.
Lots of Bleach news. Oh, we're nearly there.
How many months is it? It's not that many. June, July, August, September, October. It's only 4 months away.
Oh my god, this year is flying in. It's flying in. And that, like, just with how quick this year's gone in, that's going to feel like 1 month or 2 months. You know what I mean? By the time we get there. Holy shit. Well, hopefully all the listeners here are appreciating the fact that we are literally busting our asses to bring an episode a week next to all our time zones and busy schedules, working full time, some of us working 2 jobs, some of us working and studying. Yeah. It's there's a lot going on to make this happen weekly, because there was a reason why we were doing it every 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
This has been a slog for us, but do you know what? It's a good kind of slog. It's fine.
It is.
It's fine. It's good. We enjoy it. It's just, make sure you share the love with us because it's been hard.
We enjoy it so much we're setting up another one because we're not crazy or anything.
God. See, when I told my manager, by the way, yeah, we're starting another podcast, my manager just looked at me and she was like, so you're setting up a second YouTube channel and a third podcast? I was like, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, right, okay, is that us? Have we got everything then?
I think so. We were a bit out of whack, so apologies to editor Lethan in the future.
Yeah. Sorry, Lethan. You poor wee son of a bitch.
But no, I think we're good.
Awesome. All right then. Well, you wonderful souls, that is the end of another episode. If you like what you heard and you want to get involved, you can find us by searching for The Serite on Instagram and T Serite on Twitter. Ichigo and Rikio might reap souls, but we are hoping to reap some 5-star reviews, and that is where you come in. Just watch all the dogs run to my house now after that. Make like your favourite orchard protector and Ichigo to iTunes and Spotify to rate us, review us, and make us feel like number one. Yeah! To those of you listening on YouTube, don't forget to be like Chad and give us that good thumbs up. We really appreciate it. On the next episode of the podcast, we are going to be skipping anime episode 287, which, if you could tell by the recap or the preview at the end of the last episode, is completely filler. And we're going to be going straight into anime episode 288, the final trump card, Ichigo towards the decisive battle. 289, Byakuya versus Kenpachi, ? The melee commences. And 290, For the Sake of Justice, the man who deserted the Shinigami. We'll see you souls then. Till next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
It's just a weird thing now. Right.
So funny when you do that whole high pitched no. You don't actually hear it.
Oh, do you not?
And I'm just sitting here going, is she doing that high pitch thing? Am I just not hearing frequencies? Like, what's she doing? And then you just come in and it's like, ow.
No, I need to try and listen back on the Craig recording and see if he was picking it up. That's brilliant.
But yeah.
Go, what were you going to say?
No, I was just saying because I was in the hopes that when I said yes, something more concrete might form in my brain, but it didn't, so it's just a yeah.